Was geht ab, meine Freunde? Olaf hier von GameFlavour. Auf der Gamescom 2018 durften wir Marvel's Spider-Man auf der PlayStation 4 spielen und im Zuge dessen hatten wir auch die Gelegenheit, Art-Direktorin Jacinda Chu und Lead-Gameplay-Designer Cameron Christian zu interviewen. Danke nochmal für die Gelegenheit und ich wollte euch nur darauf vorbereiten, dass im Interview leider auch die Klimaanlage lief und dass das auch das Geräusch im Hintergrund ist. Das bitte ich zu entschuldigen. Ansonsten kamen da eigentlich ziemlich viele coole Infos raus und viel Spaß mit dem Interview.
Sure. I'm Jacinda Chu, and I am the art director on Spider-Man.
And I'm Cameron Christian, the design director.
I think that's pretty funny, but I mean the pressure comes from the fact that Spider-Man is so beloved. So there's so many people who grew up with Spider-Man, either reading comics or watching movies. So for us, like you need to please the people who love Spider-Man, but then for ourselves as well, we have to please ourselves because we're the content creators, and we're also very hard to please. And then the last challenge is then you want to get more people into the Spider-Man universe, those who don't know the comics or the movie. So those are the three challenges. But to me, it's Spider-Man is such an amazing character, so relatable. Like I feel like that makes the job easier.
Oh man, challenges, it's expectations, it's player expectations, it's like Spider-Man's known for his fluidity and his acrobatics, and making a system that's easy for players to pick up and play and they feel like a superhero right away, but also gives them depth and challenge over the course of the game. That's a big challenge.
I mean, obviously this is speculation on my part, but
Of course.
but my feeling is that someone who plays a video game will then explore comics.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, because I think a Spider-Man already will see this and just want to jump into it, but hopefully we reach those audiences that don't know Spider-Man and that brings them into the universe even more. I mean, for us, it was just, we want to make the best Spider-Man game ever, really. We really want to make something that fans will love, they can pick up and play and talk about, So, and it's just in any form of Spider-Man, just not just Spider-Man 2 the game, but like in any type of Spider-Man content, we want people to appreciate it and love it.
I have one. Like a lot of people don't actually ask us about the animation.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, the traverse so great and the combat's so great. But it's nice to talk a little bit more about that because one of the things that I love about the comics is that the forms are very graphic, and unfortunately, I'm not going to get over to demonstrate, but even I can use my hands. But I noticed that in the comic books, like what happens with my hands is like everything has a lot of tension,
Yeah.
right? And the poses have a lot of tension, right? And you don't do this when you're naturally moving, but comics you always do. So that was something that we brought into the animation as well. So you'll see in the cinematics and the traversal that if you pause the game, like Spider-Man's always in a really like electrifying kind of pose. And that's one of the things that we brought in from the comic universe. Like oftentimes you can freeze frame and say, oh, I saw that pose in the comic book before. And I think that's what sets our animation apart from a lot of other games, and that's what makes it so fun to watch it. So even if you're not playing the game, I feel like it's beautiful. And huge props to obviously all the stunt people and the animators and the riggers who are able to do this animation for the players.
Yeah, I think for me, it's all the other traversal moves outside of swinging. Everyone talks about swinging, but we did a lot with adding other traversal moves that like helped Spider-Man kind of just bounce around and really connect with the world. And those were all made to really solve certain problems. Because we have a swinging system where we want the lines to actually attach to real buildings. What do you do if there's no tall buildings around?
Yes,
right? And
yeah.
so we came up with a move where you could like essentially point launch off of things. And so if you get into a section where the buildings are short and you're just rooftops, you have that move to springboard around. So really pushing those other traversal moves right outside of swinging is something that really sets us apart.
For me, like Insomniac, if there's anything we like, it's a good story. And if you've ever played any of our other games, you'll notice that we love underdogs.
Yeah.
So again, with Ratchet and Clank, they're you know, they're heroes, but things don't always go well for them. And Sunset Overdrive is the exact same thing. And then if you look at Peter Parker, it's the same thing. Like, he always has struggles, and I think that's what makes him so relatable, right? Like, and especially in our game now, like I said, he used to have a girlfriend, now he doesn't. You know, he has to struggle to pay the bills, and we're trying to struggle with a new job. Like, these underdog stories are, again, so relatable, and it's something I think that Insomniac's really great at, and just to, you know, put a lot of heart in all of our stories.
Cool. Yeah, and I think for us on the gameplay side, it's tight and responsive controls. You know, from Ratchet to Sunset to this, like, we want really fluid, really tight, like, just it feels good to just pick up the controller and start playing, you know, and so that carries through all our games.
I mean, for me, it was putting together cinematics. So, because the cinematics that you guys see in the game is a very, very large process. You know, we start with motion capture, and oftentimes it takes a while for that data to get all the way to seeing the finished product. So we will actually see that animation with just great, you know, characters, with temp effects, temp lighting, everything's temporary. But when that all comes together, it becomes real, and it goes beyond the script, and you hear the actor with the character model, like, delivering the lines, like, that's when you really get the emotion. So there's certain scenes with Peter and MJ, like, first time they started clicking, and they felt like a real couple that, I've said this so many times, I got shivers, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, they're real, you know? But there's so many moments like that in the game that I feel that, like I said, I think for me, the cinematics when those characters just came alive, jumped out of the screen, that I was like, wow, this game's gonna be awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I think there's 2 points for me. There was one, like, the first thing we really worked on was traversal, because we knew we had to nail that first. And there was a point where you were just, like, swinging around the city, and it wasn't even really populated yet, and you're just like, oh man, this is feeling great, you know? And then the next one, and really a really big challenge for us, was combat. Like, how could we take that fluidity of traversal and really make sure we hit it in combat? And that took us a little while to get it, but, like, at some point, it just all came together. You could, like, swing into a crime and then just unleash and just bounce around the environment, and just you knew you had something special in that.